A Boston councilwoman has pled guilty so that she would get a lesser sentence. Her name is Tania Anderson. She got arrested on December 6, 2024, public corruption charges, indicted on 5 counts of aiding and abetting wire fraud. She was accused of 1 count of aiding and abetting theft of federal monies in connection to the kickback scheme. According to the indictment, Anderson hired a relative to work at her City Hall office. She then gave the employee, who she falsely denied was related to her, a $13,000 raise in return for the employee giving Anderson $7,000 in cash in the City Hall bathroom. At the time, Anderson was facing financial difficulties, was late on her rent and missing car payments, was overdrafting her bank account, and $5,000 penalty from the State Ethics Commission for hiring other relatives to her staff. She agreed on April 2025 to plead guilty to 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of theft and to step down from the council. So let's let you see local Boston news coverage. The first video is going to talk about the fallout that's been going on because of this, and the second is within the past day of her plea.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
And we await Tania Anderson's official resignation from City Council. Her colleagues and community are reacting, hoping to keep District 7 priorities in focus amidst all the controversy. Our NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard joining us live in Nubian Square. So, Matt, I guess the big question here, what do next steps look like now?
Well, Priscilla, filling this soon-to-be vacant seat, that is critical, of course, but maybe even more important is building trust back with District 7 constituents who worry that their priorities may now fall by the wayside. Preparing to step away.
You shouldn't avoid conflict. You should face it.
In our exclusive one-on-one interview, embattled District 7 Councilor Tania Anderson reaffirming plans to resign and committing to an orderly transition while recognizing the damage done to her constituents.
Do you have concerns that the trust may have been violated a bit for your constituents there in District 7?
Of course.
At locals we spoke with, sharing their disappointment.
She should not took any of that money.
While urging Boston City Council to keep District 7 front of mind.
Her resigning would probably be the best for the neighborhood.
It's really important to have a good person, somebody that you can look up to.
Councilors preparing to meet the moment.
Some of our, poorest residents and some of our biggest needs, our quality of life issues, are in District 7.
I'm going to certainly help her in the South End and Back Bay and Roxbury.
The at-large city councilors are here to be of service.
While looking ahead to filling the soon-to-be vacant seat, a process that's dictated by when Councilor Anderson officially resigns.
There has not yet been notice given to the city clerk about the date, and so at this moment, when that notice is given, the charter is very clear that the city clerk must notify the city council of the vacancy, and the provisions of the special election will then come into effect.
And again, this all comes back to a specific date, May 8th in particular. That's 180 days from the November election. Now, should Councilor Anderson wait until after May 8th, her seat could in theory be open until January of next year. But again, there are a lot of unknowns here. We are not clear on when that resignation is going to come, when a process can begin. A lot of questions that we'll be keeping track of for you in the next few weeks. In Nubian Square, Matt Pritchard, NBC 10 Boston.
It was an arrest that stunned the city. And now, 4 months after the FBI took a Boston City councilor into custody, she is set to plead guilty to federal charges. Our political reporter, Sharman Zachetti, is live inside City Hall with this unexpected development. Sharman.
Well, Jessica, we're here just outside the counselor's office. She's not here, and neither are her staffers. And it was only a few months ago she stood right in this doorway here and refused to step down from her position. Now, last December, federal agents arrested Fernandez Anderson at her home. She was accused of taking a $7,000 kickback from a relative she hired for a job at Boston City Hall. The two accused of meeting in a City Hall bathroom to exchange cash. Now, court filings show she has agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of theft concerning a program receiving federal funds. The U.S. Attorney's Office is recommending a sentence of 1 year and 1 day in prison, 3 years supervised release, and she must pay back $13,000. Now, Boston City Councilor Erin Murphy telling us, I call for Councilor Tania Fernandez Anderson's resignation. The residents of District 7 deserve better. They deserve leaders who serve with integrity and uphold the public's trust. Now, I have reached out to Fernandez Anderson, certainly at her office, and we've reached out to her through her staffers. We have not yet heard back. Also, I've reached out to her through her attorney, and we have not yet heard back. It's unclear right now if she'll be at tomorrow's City Council hearing. We are live here in Boston. Charmin Skiddy, WCVB News Center 5.
So, you heard all that. Okay. And here's some interesting information. This is someone who is not unaccustomed to wild stuff. They bragged on her because she was the first African immigrant. She was born in Praia, Santiago, Cape Verde. First practicing Muslim and first former illegal immigrant elected to the council. So she's not even, wasn't even supposed to be in the United States. She's an illegal immigrant. And I guess they fixed that for her. She is currently married to a gentleman by the name of Tania Anderson, who is currently in prison for having, let's just say, a very brutal way of putting somebody in the grave. I'm not even going to go into all that he did. Let's just say that the body was disfigured by the time that he and his co-defendant did what they did to him. And it's also in the commission of trying to rob this guy. So this is the kind of person that Tania Fernandez Anderson is. Yeah. On top of being a former illegal immigrant, now, see, that's something I'd like to understand about. But, yeah, this is, what they're electing in Boston. Of course she's a Democrat. She's a Sunni Muslim. And I don't understand why they would allow a lot of this, but that's the way it is. She was first elected in 2021, and well, now she won't be able to be in that office again. I mean, she did do one good thing. I will give her credit for one thing that she did do, even though I'm wondering what's going on in the house. She has been the foster mother of 17 children, one of whom is serving in my beloved Marine Corps. So she has done some good in this world. But, yeah, there's a whole lot of bad going on with that. Oh, she also failed to report $32,900 worth of campaign contributions and for taking contributions that exceeded state limits. Yeah, so this is the kind of person that Boston elected. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Well, hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.